Oh, it sure as fuck feels like a Sunday. But it's Monday. And because it's a holiday, my Max Hulk isn't coming until tomorrow. So I figured if we get any people in here for a little while, we can talk about the Hulk stuff that I do have and the stuff that they need to make or remake or do better. Because I only have a couple of Hulk characters, and honestly, I don't think that. Sorry, my nose is running. I don't think that Hulk gets enough love from Marvel Legends as far as like the cast. Like we don't have a Rick Jones, A-Bomb. We don't have a new comic Abomination, which we really need. We don't have Red She-Hulk update. We don't have Harpy. There's just a lot of Hulk stuff that they're missing out on. And I guess the first one that we could talk about, because we do actually have him, is Absorbing Man. But I feel like this Absorbing Man needs a deluxe update with all this. I mean, he's a bath, and he comes with a lot of stuff. He comes with two other swappable arms, two plain arms, and then we have a wooden arm for this side, and then I think it's a metal arm. I don't remember what the other one is. And then he also comes with an extra absorbing man absorbed head. And if you don't know anything about Victor Creel, so his power is any surface that he touches, he absorbs that inanimate object's properties. So like if he walks up to adamantium and touches it, for instance, like Wolverine's claws, then he will be able to transform his body or pieces of his body into adamantium. And funny thing about Victor Creel that happened in Secret Wars is, so Wolverine was going ham. Wolverine just didn't give a crap. And he actually cut off Victor's arm. And Victor was like, oh crap, I'm stuck in this stone form. If I transform back, I'm going to bleed out. So let me try something. So he grabbed his arm and he like held it up to where it was supposed to be. And he transformed back. And then he healed. His arm was back on. And he's like, oh, it feels a little stiff, but hey, I can reattach my limbs. So Victor Creel, what's up, Cran Slayer and 10 cents? So Victor Creel is a cool character. His main squeeze is, I should probably just go ahead and grab her off the shelf because is Titania, one of She-Hulk's main enemies, of course. What's up, Mr. B? Thanks for popping in. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure you enter my Retro Card Venom giveaway. We're giving it away at 3,400. So just go like and comment that video. It's on my main YouTube page. Well, glad to have you, Mr. B. Tell Zombie to come on over too. But yeah, this Titania is not accurate to the comic because this is supposed to be. And apparently this is, you can remove that with like alcohol or acetone or whatever, but I'm not trying to ruin my figure by messing it up. But that's supposed to be all cut out, like that's supposed to be flesh colored, because Titania was a fashion designer before she became a supervillain, and she made her own costume. So, yeah, Victor Creel, Titania, power couple, in way more ways than one, because they're both very OP. Titania's strong, almost indestructible. What's up, Zombie Hunter? How's it going? Random live stream. I'm just talking about Hulk stuff because I got my Max Hulk, my $5 Max Hulk, $5, coming tomorrow. And to clarify, I had a free Amazon gift card from a medical study, and I bought this light for 10, and then I bought Max Hulk and paid $5. So, and for all intents and purposes, I paid $5 for Max Hulk, and I think that's a good price. But we're just talking about Hulk stuff, and I'm good. I got a headache today. I don't know what that's about. So I've been drinking water, and then I drank caffeine. So we'll see if that combination. But I also slept like 12 hours between yesterday afternoon and last night. So I definitely got enough sleep. All right, there's 11 watching, and there's only 2 likes. So please make sure y'all smash the like button. I really appreciate it, and it really helps out with the algorithm. And like I said, I'm trying to get to 3,400 Wait, 3,500, not 34. Sorry. Wait, what am I trying to get to? I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, 3.5. So we're like 72, no, 62 subscribers away from 35 and giving away this retro card Venom. So like I said, if you're new here, subscribe, go like and comment on the retro card Venom video. And then once we hit 35, I'm going to enter everyone into a drawing on, I'll find like some kind of website that does a drawing. I'll put everyone in there. We'll draw it live on stream. And that's the only way you can enter. But we're going to draw. Oh, shit. I knocked everyone over. But that's how we're going to give away that Venom. You have to be entered. And you don't have to be in the live stream. I'll contact you because it's not fair. You already entered. Or I'll tell you to contact me more specifically. But I can't give it away until we hit 3,500. And I know he was plenty available. When he first came out, but not anymore. Now he's like 45 bucks on eBay. So thank you for the like. So that retro card Venom is going to be given away at some point. All right. So the leader, this guy is, and we definitely need a better leader figure as well. This is on the Pizza Spidey body, which does not suit him. I think he should be shorter, more stout, maybe not more stout, but more gangly. I mean, not stout. So he should be more gangly and a little bit shorter and just have a humongous head. I don't think his head is big enough. But this is the leader that we have for now. It's a very old figure. But at least he looks okay standing there with his arms behind his back like he's thinking. Or you could give him the old, What is that thing where, the thinker? How will I thwart the Hulk next? But the leader is, so what happened was when the gamma hit him, it did the opposite of the Hulk. It didn't make him any stronger or bigger, but it made his head huge and his brain huge, and it made him really smart. And dude is just constantly plotting ways. Mornings are terrible, Jeff. I agree with you. I don't like the mornings. But the leader, I think we definitely need an update with another head sculpt. And I think that they should do the Immortal Hulk leader because that dude looks ghastly. He's trapped in the green and he's just like kind of withering away. And I don't know. I really like Immortal Hulk. I think that Hasbro should do an Immortal Hulk wave, and they should have given Maximum Hulk an Immortal Hulk head. It's a shame that they didn't do that. Sonic and the Beans show. What was the first Marvel Legends figure I bought? I know exactly which one it was. It was the Sauron Wave Lady Deadpool, because she was like $8 on Amazon. And I was like, I'll just get this one and I won't get any more. And then I was like, oh, well, I have this. I need this. So, Sauron Wave Lady Deadpool was my first Marvel Legends. Nick, I'm glad you like that Agent Venom, but I really do not like that Agent Venom. There's a lot of things that Hasbro did wrong, in my opinion. The main offense is he has no waist swivel, so he just is pretty static other than that upper ball peg in the torso. And they made him too short, and they didn't give him any Venom effects. So he's really just a dude in Venom painted body armor. It doesn't look, symbiote at all like the first one. I sold the first one because I hate those ball joint hips, which Victor Creel also has. All right, moving on to the next person that we have here. So Xemnu is known as the Living Hulk, and this guy is a Gaslighter Supreme. So his ability is to like mass brainwash people, and he'll make people think that they love him and that they hate the Hulk and that Hulk is the bad guy and all this stuff. And then he's essentially just a gaslighter. And then at one point he tried to transform She-Hulk into his bride-to-be, and she was not having that shit. She was like, oh, hell no. And me too, girl. Same. That dude, not my type. But Xemnu, it's cool that we got a bath of him because he's kind of a not a well. You can make minor mods to help movement. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. That's the thing. You shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to carve out dumbbells, the socket on a neck joint or whatever, to give it articulation when Hasbro should have had the forethought to design it that way, you know? That's just, I mean, and it's fine if you want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I don't think I should have to do it. And so he's kind of like a cyborg too. Like he's got this metal sculpt and he's got this like control panel inside of his hand. I think they used the Sasquatch body for this and just changed the hands and legs and head, obviously. But this is a really cool bath. I went out of my way to get the pieces. This was the supervillain wave, I believe. I think this was the one with Red Skull and Dormammu. I could be wrong. But I really like this bath. I think that Xemnu is underrated. I think that he's a good opponent for Hulk. They did put him in the show Hulk Agents of Smash. I don't know if you remember that, but he essentially came down to, sorry, I'm drinking this. And I know they're bad for me and it's making me burp because it's early, so sorry. But he came down and he was essentially like an intergalactic world wrestling champion, except what he did was like he came down and he just dominated the planet, and once he won, it was under his control because Gaslighter Supreme, mind controller. But Hulk ended up beating him, and Hulk Agents of Smash is like a kiddie show. I didn't watch much of it, but I did see the Xemnu episode because I was like, let me do my Xemnu research. And it's not really comic book canon, that show, but it follows somewhat like the brainwashing part of Xemnu. So, you know, he's a cool bath. I'm glad we have him. And then speaking of baths, fucking goddamn it. Speaking of baths, I showed him yesterday in my stream last night, which these toy room streams are always random. They're never going to be scheduled. You're never going to see like live in 30 minutes in the toy room. Because this is just me being like, I got nothing to do right now. Let me talk about shit. And I already had all these figures out for my Max Hulk review because these are all going to be in comparisons and all that stuff. So it's like, why not just go live for a little bit and talk about these figures? So this is Totally Awesome Hulk. This is Amadeus Cho, which is, he's like a 14-year-old super genius. And I think this was after Bruce was killed in Civil War II. I could be wrong. I don't know much about Totally Awesome Hulk, except it was during All New, All Different Marvel, when they had Miles and Vision and who else? Iron Man, still Tony Stark, on the Avengers during that All New, All Different wave or relaunch. But he's got this bracelet, and he doesn't transform with rage. He's got a gamma bracelet. And essentially it has all of Bruce's gamma energy. And Amadeus uses it, and he can transform it well into the Totally Awesome Hulk, which is essentially a 14-year-old in a Hulk's body, which is interesting. I haven't read the run, but this uses the MCU Smart Hulk Build-A-Figure body. Obviously, other than the legs. These are new, pinless. The trunks are new. But the upper torso, excluding the head, is all MCU Hulk. But it works because Amadeus Cho is a smaller Hulk. He's still a kid. He's got that little ducktail hairstyle going on up there. And yeah, it's a cool figure. It was essentially an Ollie's Build-A-Figure because I got almost every single piece that I needed from Ollie's. My lighting is so much better now. Like he's popping right there. The Max Hulk is going to look really good in my video tomorrow if I get around to finishing it, because I have a feeling it's going to be a long video based on all of this. And I also have a lot to talk about and figure out with the Max Hulk, like what is going on underneath. I don't want to cut or ruin that body, but I need to figure out what the articulation looks like underneath that torso, and I'm going to have to figure that out somehow. All right, chugging right along because I don't know much about Amadeus Cho. So this dude was in a movie recently. This is the Red Hulk, but this was the deluxe, and these flame effects don't come with him, which is a sham. He should have had these. This is the Super Scroll flame fist for the Thing arm, which fits perfectly around Red Hulk's hand. And if you don't know about Red Hulk, yes, he's gamma powered, but he produces heat. The angrier he gets, the hotter he gets. So dude can be walking around just completely melting the ground he's walking under. So like, not including flame effects, on Red Hulk was a disservice on Hasbro's part. And this is the flame piece from the Ultimate Green Goblin torso, which once again just fits right on there, and it looks perfect. I leave these on here because I got rid of that torso and I kept the flame piece, and my Super Scroll does not need a flaming fist. Red Hulk, however, does need a flaming fist. And if you don't know, also 10 people watching, please smash like so we can get, well, it just dropped down. Never mind. Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, it was a mystery for a while as to who the Red Hulk was, but then they revealed it. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense. Because when someone's so hell-bent on destroying something, you know they're probably a little bit jealous or feeling some kind of way. So I haven't read the initial Red Hulk run or whatever, but you can imagine that Ross was a little salty after all these years of getting bested by the Hulk and just being like, you know what, fuck it, fight fire with fire, literally. And yeah, his daughter Betty Ross also becomes Red She-Hulk. So that was another quote unquote mystery. But if you knew if you knew that Thunderbolt was Red Hulk, then it was a pretty good guess that Betty would be the Red She-Hulk. And speaking of She-Hulk, oh, Jen Walters, I love her so much. She's my third favorite Marvel character. Spider-Man's first, Moon Knight is second, She-Hulk is third. Sometimes it depends on how I'm feeling. Moon Knight and She-Hulk are interchangeable, but Spider-Man is always number one. And also they're releasing a new She-Hulk on this body in the Fantastic Four outfit, which I'm a Secret Wars fan. If you haven't read Secret Wars, after that, the Thing, where is my thing? LOL. Phrasing. Is Red, so they made a really old Red She-Hulk and she looks like shit. So I would say yes, but it's not worth buying. So when the Thing stayed on Battleworld after Secret Wars, because he wanted to be able to change back and forth into Ben Grimm and stuff, he stayed there, and then She-Hulk went back and became a member of the Fantastic Four. So she was the Thing's replacement because they needed that powerhouse on the team. If you notice, the Thing is, so actually the Thing is too big because he's supposed to be like 6 something. He's a rock guy, but he doesn't make him taller. He's just a lot more mass. So, you know, he's like 6'3", 6'4". So he's a little bit too tall here. She-Hulk is 6'7". So that makes Thing about 6'6". It's fine. It doesn't really bother me. But you know, canonically the Thing is kind of broad and bulky and not super uber tall, just fucking wide load incoming. But Jen Walters is great. So if you don't know Jen Walters, which how could you not? So the first thing I want to say is anyone who says that She-Hulk copied Deadpool in the She-Hulk show, first of all, you were dead ass wrong. She-Hulk existed before Deadpool, and She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall before Deadpool. So one of the things that comes to mind is I remember that Marvel Editorial was doing a swimsuit version, and this was before I was born, but I've read about it. I've seen, you know, the panels. Editorial was doing a swimsuit edition and promising that She-Hulk was naked and all that stuff, that there's, you know, naked shots. And then Jen broke the fourth wall and she's like, you think I'm naked under these bars? I'm wearing underwear. Like these censored bars? No. I'm wearing underwear. I'm in control of my body, not these writers. So She-Hulk is a boss. She's a boss bitch. She's a queen. I love her so much. And she predates Deadpool with the fourth wall breaking. So anyone trying to mouth off about She-Hulk breaking the fourth wall and copying Deadpool, shut up. Just shut up, because you're fucking wrong. And I'll be mean about it too, because that means you don't know your comic books and you just shouldn't talk. But Jen she's a fantastic character. She's a lawyer, much like Matt Murdock. But she's not weighed down so much by the burden of being a hero. Jen is just a lawyer who happens to also be a superhero. It's not like she daylights, because no, everyone knows that Jen Walters is She-Hulk. She will go into court as She-Hulk and you know, do a whole court case. So she doesn't really care. And so how she got her powers in the comic book was, okay, so she's a lawyer, right? So she prosecuted these gangsters. What's up, Plastic Skull? She prosecuted these gangsters, these mafias, and they did a drive-by, and they shot that bitch up. They shot Jen up, and Bruce was there, and he's like, all right, I need to save my cousin because Jen Walters is Bruce's cousin. So he gave her a blood transfusion, and when he gave her that blood transfusion, she transformed into She-Hulk. So, but the thing about She-Hulk is, what's up, Robert's Infinite Realm? We're just talking about Hulk characters before I get my Max Hulk tomorrow. So she retains all of her like intelligence and all that stuff. She doesn't have the rage problem. Much like how Dick Grayson is an unburdened Batman, She-Hulk is an unburdened Hulk for the most part. She doesn't have this weight of, oh, if I transform, I could hurt people, because she's in control. She knows what she's doing for the most part. There is a gray She-Hulk, Savage She-Hulk, where she just completely loses it. And there's also a run where She-Hulk is dumb as shit. Jen has been like purged from the personality essentially, and She-Hulk is like, She-Hulk smash, She-Hulk hates you and you human, you know. So she's just kind of acting like Hulk. I think that was on an Avengers run. I don't know, but Jen Walters is great. She's one of my favorite characters, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't look like it's gonna match, but I'm really hoping that the ponytail She-Hulk head that comes with the Fantastic Four retro card She-Hulk is going to match the green on this, because I'm not going to paint it. I'm not going to ruin it by doing that. But I want to put the ponytail She-Hulk on this. And I also want them to make Secret Wars She-Hulk, because it's really funny what she's wearing in Secret Wars. She's just wearing workout gear. She's got leg warmers and a onesie. I think it's a pink onesie and some blue leg warmers and some just sneakers, because she wasn't superheroing at the time. She was just chilling out, and it was the 80s. So she was dressed like she was in one of those dance workout videos that your parents probably watched growing up. So that was her outfit in Secret Wars. It wasn't anything like this. It was straight up her loungewear or her workout gear, whichever way you want to look at it. All right. Before we get to Hulk himself, we can talk about this Bruce Banner again. We talked about him last night. So this Bruce Banner is the only Hasbro Marvel Legends Bruce Banner that they've released, and he is very, very scrawny, which is perfect. Bruce should, I think I'm only going to go for 30 minutes here, because like I said, I got a headache, so we'll finish talking about this Hulk stuff, and I'm going to wrap it up. She was She-Hulk Smash in her early appearance, too. She was created so CBS couldn't do it first and own the copyright. Oh, gotcha. Well, that's good. That was smart on Marvel's part. See, I didn't know that she was savage and dumb when she first appeared. So thank you for letting me know that, Robert. But I was right about her origin. I know that. So this Bruce, now someone said yesterday it's supposed to be a very young Bruce because A, it came with the Gray Hulk, which is fair, and B, Gray Hulk is his first appearance. So yeah, this could be a younger Bruce, but I think it looks closer to like a Peter Parker than a Bruce Banner. But I'm glad we have a Bruce Banner. It definitely ties. If you had to just Hulk display, now all my Hulk characters and Avengers characters all jammed together on my Avengers shelf. But if you had a straight up Hulk display, I would say this is a pretty good place to start. These 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters right here. It's definitely a good place to start. But like I said, Hasbro has not gone far enough with Hulk characters. We need more. We need A-Bomb. We need a new Abomination, because I don't have an Abomination, so obviously we need one. And I know there's the BAF and there's the Gamerverse one, but the BAF one is very expensive, and the Gamerverse one just doesn't work for a comic Abomination. All right, Bruce, don't be a bitch. Stand up. All right, now we can talk about the big boy himself before I get out of here. Because Max Hulk's coming tomorrow. This is the 80th anniversary Hulk from the 2-pack. And like I said yesterday, the only thing different from this Hulk and the Max Hulk, other than the head sculpts and the toe joints, is the upper torso, which is soft. So this, you can't. But the Max Hulk, it's squishy because they redid the inner joints. Because look how these go really far back. So like the butterfly joints go back perfectly. And I don't know why they didn't do that. Why they didn't just cut out. I mean, I understand the aesthetic part of it, but they could. There's ways they could have engineered this older Hulk to do the thunderclap, but instead they're like, all right, Instead of completely remaking a figure, we're just going to redo the upper torso. So I want to know what that looks like. But Max Hulk has these pins in his legs still. It's the same arms. We get the new clapping hands. But if you have this Hulk, and I'm saying this because I got it for $5 and I needed a Hulk for my Marvel vs. Capcom display, and Max Hulk happens to come with a very Marvel vs. Capcom looking head, the one with the slick back hair and the white out eyes. So that's where my Max Hulk is going to go. Or if the greens match, I will put Max Hulk on my Legend shelf and I will put this guy on my Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. It just depends. Do you have the Wolverine first appearance to go with the Hulk display? I did. I still have the head, but I got rid of the body because I'm getting rid of pin stuff, and I'm trying to clear out anything that's not on my shelf other than a few things like my Astonishing X-Men stuff because I'm waiting for that team to be built. So I got rid of that first appearance Wolverine body. I still have the head sculpt with the first appearance, so when they release a good Tiger Stripe Wolverine, because this one fucking sucks. This one sucks. Yeah, Max Hulk has a soft chest. He has some boobies. First of all, they did not paint the arm hair. They did not paint the arm hair on this Wolverine. Now, where is Astonishing Wolverine? Where's that bitch at? Astonishing Wolverine. They painted the arm hair. Secret Wars Wolverine. Up here. And they painted the arm hair. And the other thing that you'll notice is how different the shades on this Wolverine are. The X-Men 97 Wolverine has jaundice. He has scurvy. He's freaking yellow. He's yellow, and he doesn't have arm hair. So not only will the Tiger Stripe Wolverine head, it will fit on there, the yellows will match, but the skin tone won't match, and it doesn't work for me. Plus, he's wearing the X belt. So I'm hoping they will remake a Wolverine like this without the X belt, because this is removable. You can just swap them if you want. And then I'll have a new first appearance Wolverine, because I'm just trying to consolidate and get rid of stuff. But yeah, you're right, Wolverine. But you could also use brown suit Wolverine. You don't really need the first appearance one, because you could use John Byrne Wolverine from the cover as with the is that a McFarlane cover that had the reflections in the claws? But brown suit Wolverine works for a Hulk display too. Yeah, not painting the hair makes it look like a skin condition. You're absolutely right. It's all bumpy and weird. And this was during a wave that was mostly bangers. The thing I don't like about the X-Men 97 figures is the head sculpts are all really strange shades. Like, they're all shades of yellow, except for Cyclops, who's actually pink, and Jean, who's actually kind of pink. But like Rogue and Gambit and Wolverine, they're all kind of like weird. Todd doesn't do that cover, yes. Yeah, that's John Byrne, right? Yeah, Dave, so he did do that cover. That's what I thought. Todd drew that cover because it's very Todd looking. And then people have homaged it. But that John Byrne, but the brown and yellow suit is from John Byrne. That's his look for Wolverine. So this X-Men 97 Wolverine fucking sucks in my opinion, because you can't swap any other heads on it. Like, I think it would look really cool. I mean, it does look cool. Not just think. Like, that looks pretty sick, right? Yellows match, but the skin tone is so off. You can tell he's so much paler. So, like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But yeah, so I don't have the first appearance Wolverine anymore. I'm hoping they make a good Tiger Stripe Wolverine pinless at some point. And I still think that these Marvel Legend Wolverines are too tall anyway. So, yeah, Secret Wars Wolverine is my favorite Wolverine that I own. It's a really good Wolverine. I like this very snarky, very, I'm going to cut you up, bub, head sculpt. Like, he knows he's going to win. He's about to cut off Victor Creel's arm and be like, oopsie. Oopsie. Yeah, it's a shame that you can't really head swap anything. And even the X-Men 90 or the VHS Wolverine, is a pink skin tone. So that won't go with this. And it's just like, why? Why did you do that, Hasbro? Why did you make him freaking yellow? And do you want to know why they made him yellow and they didn't paint the arm hair? Because they're jonesing to make a Maximum Wolverine. Now, I would like a Maximum Wolverine in both. I would like it in the brown suit, and I would like it in the tiger stripe. And if you give us the tiger stripe, give us a swappable belt, give us an X belt, give us a first appearance belt, give us both head sculpts, and give us different shoulder pads. So we can totally make it whichever Wolverine we want. And some people may even buy 2 of them. Because that's just, they didn't paint the arm hair. It's fucking ridiculous on the X-Men 97 Wolverine. Secret Wars Wolverine, 100%, looks great. They did a fantastic job. It's textured on there. They painted it. This is such a good Wolverine. He was in my top 5 last year. Was it top 10? Definitely in my top 10. There were some bangers last year. Marvel Legends was hitting it out of the park. And the cap of the year was the Secret Wars wave. And I'm a big Secret Wars fan, so... yeah, go check out my Secret Wars video. It's an hour and a half of me just retelling Secret Wars with action figures. What was I? No, I need my X-Men. This is what I need. I think I have, I still have a VHS. Yeah. See, this is a VHS Wolverine head sculpt. So much lighter. Now, this one may work on, he comes with an unmasked head sculpt, which is I'm not as big a fan of. But it's a little off, but even this works better than the X-Men, because this is the VHS head sculpt. So that fits on that better than like, look, this is the 97. He's yellow. He's freaking yellow. Smash like for yellow Wolverine. There's the first appearance head right here. Yeah, it's gross, right? So there's the first appearance Wolverine head, and if you wanted to, I know it's not accurate, but I feel like this, oh yeah, that skin tone matches perfectly. Look at that. Now, the head sculpt is all fit. There we go. That's actually a pretty cool look. I don't know. If you wanted to, you could repaint this into a first appearance Wolverine and just give him some shoulder pads. That looks pretty sick. Not gonna lie, those skin tones match perfectly. I don't know. Maybe Wolverine should bring this mask back. Hey, bub, I'm Canadian. You want some pancakes, maple syrup, and some shish kebab? Bub. Sorry, that's my Wolverine voice. And then I have this one, too, that came with the Love Triangle 3-pack. No, I collect a lot of stuff, Nick. This is just my Legends room where I film my videos. That's where most of my Legends are. But I have my MCU Legends in the living room. Nova Scotia now. Don't you know? What if Wolverine talked like that? How you doing there, bub? Don't you know? It's about time for me to... I'm sorry if I'm being offensive, but I just think it'd be really funny if Wolverine had a heavy Canadian accent and just like a really nice voice. I'm about to slice you up, bub. I apologize in advance, but it's gotta be that way sometimes. Would you look at that moose over there? Gotcha. Sorry. I apologize, Nick. I don't wanna make fun of anybody here. Just trying to be goofy. But yeah, this is from the Love Triangle 3-pack with his hair shooting through. What did I do with what the fuck? What did I do? Oh, it's right here. I was like, where did this head sculpt go? Okay, good. I'm glad there's no offense taken. All right, so this is the other head. So someone asked if it came with... So this is the other head that came with Secret Wars Wolverine. And my only problem with it is I think it's a little narrow. I think it should be a little bit wider. But as far as this head sculpt and this mask, it works pretty well. Frank Miller, huge hair from the Wolverine comic. Frank Miller definitely has a style. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. I got a headache. I don't know. I don't know what I need to do to make it go away because it's been coming and going. I don't know if I got a migraine coming or what. But I'm gonna wrap this up. I appreciate y'all watching me ramble, talk about Hulk. Make sure. So I'm not gonna make my Max Hulk video members first. It's gonna go up. Everyone's gonna be able to see it just because I'm being greedy. I want the views. But it's gonna be a good video. I'm gonna do my clips. I'm gonna put some funny stuff in there, edit some stuff. I already have ideas, because I got the Max Hulk for the price I did. So, yeah, it'll be a fun video, regardless of whether I think the figure's worth it or not. I got it for $5, so for me, it's totally fucking worth it. But for $60, we'll see. We will see. So I'm gonna hop off here. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hope you have a good holiday. If you're having any plans, be safe. Don't drink and drive, all that stuff. Keep your head up, stay brave. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.